Are you a real estate investor that's focused on buying, fixing, and flipping houses, or you just have a property that you're about to put on the market? Well, dealing with a crappy real estate agent can really kill the deal. In our many years buying and selling houses, we have had the privilege of dealing with some really crappy real estate agents that have screwed up the deals in so many ways. In this episode, I'm going to give you an example of a situation we went through, as well as what did we do to correct it, and what you can do moving forward to make sure you prevent that from happening. Make sure you stick around to the end, as I'm going to share with you how it is that you can get real estate agents bringing you hot deals to flip. All that and more coming up. This is John Barbera with an Investor's Journey, bringing you real strategies that are working in today's market to help you invest in real estate the right way. So if throughout the video you find any value, please consider hitting that thumbs up button. It really helps out. Some real quick announcements. March 20th, mark it on your calendars. We're doing a live workshop to help you get your next wholesale deal in less than 30 days. So if you haven't done any wholesaling or you're struggling to get your next deal, this workshop is for you. We're going to show you what it is that we're doing in our office, what's been generating us deals since we started doing this, and how it is that you can implement it regardless of where you are or how much money you have. So make sure you head over to wholesalingtherightway.com. The link will be below. You can click on it. You can go there and sign up for the workshop. It's going to be live. You're going to be able to ask questions, and there's going to be a replay also available. This is on a Saturday, 10 a.m. I'm doing this so it's more convenient for a lot of people. So we're going to go ahead and do that workshop. So make sure you join, and if you know somebody that needs it, share it with them. Also, keep in mind that every Friday morning, 8 a.m., we do Coffee with the Johns. Coffee with the Johns is live, and we go into detail on all the headlines, the trends, and the news that we're seeing that affects your real estate investing as well as your business. All right. So this way, you're not getting bombarded with just pointless news. We help break that news down for you to understand how is it going to affect the real estate market? How is it going to affect your personal business? And we tie it all together with some, nice colorful language and commentaries that we throw in there. So make sure you join us live every Friday morning, 8 a.m. Texas time. Join us, Coffee with the Johns, on our YouTube channel. Don't miss it. And to make sure that you just don't miss anything that we put out, I'm about to start a new series that I'm going to put out for free on YouTube about flipping houses. We're going to cover everything from scopes of work to managing contractors to everything you can think of when it comes time to flipping a house. We're going to cover it all. So for you not to miss that series and everything else, make sure you just hit subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit that bell, because that bell is going to notify you every time we drop a video. That notification is crucial because the market is moving so quickly that if you don't watch these videos, within a certain amount of time, it gets to a point where maybe the data gets a little older or you're a little bit more behind the trend. So stay ahead of the trend, check out the videos. So the real estate agents that cause the most problems for us when we're selling houses or even when we're trying to negotiate deals and stuff like that are usually the new agents. New or lazy agents. They're kind of the same in the sense of the lack of education that they have.
Were you able to find any other listings in the area, for comparison?
I don't do that.
Isn't that your job?
I'm not that kind of agent, no.
Right? So this lack of education becomes very problematic as an investor. They don't quite understand the market yet, or they just don't understand the market at all. They don't understand the properties that they're either offering to their buyers or to their sellers. They don't understand the market, the neighborhoods, how the whole process works. They don't understand this. And because they don't understand it, that lack of education causes very big problems for us as investors. And if you don't know this, then you definitely need to pay attention to this episode, because you will face it anytime that you're going to have to put a property on the market. And we are going to give you the solution on how to avoid it. So if you have never come across it, then hopefully you never come across it, because we're going to show you exactly how to prevent it. You know what's crazy? In San Antonio, we have roughly 16,000 agents. All right. Roughly. I also heard estimates of it being closer to 19,000 agents. But let's go with the 16,000 agents in San Antonio alone. With roughly 4,600 listings as of this recording, that means 4,600 active listings on the market. And keeping in mind that roughly 20% of the agents do 80% of the volume, you're having 12,800 agents all competing for 920 listings.
Wait a minute.
So I want that to sink in a little bit. I want those numbers to sink in for you to understand that you are dealing with a lot of novice agents that are struggling to get listings. So let's find out how to work successfully with one of these agents. So I want to start off with a little story of the first encounter we had with an agent like this. It was one of the first rehabs that we were doing. It was a major rehab. It was 1,800 square foot home. We did everything: foundation, roof, kitchen, floors, everything, electrical. We did the whole thing. The whole house was damn near brand new. And we go ahead, we put it on the market, get a buyer come in, excited. They go look at the house. They love the house, put in a full price offer. Everything's good to go. Great. We move forward. So as we're moving forward, they go through the inspection period and we send all of our documentation, right? We send them everything. Within our documentation is the foundation warranty. And when they saw that warranty, they freaked out. All right, they flipped. They were just like, I don't know what the hell they had in their head, but when they saw that foundation warranty, man, I don't know. It's like if you would have told them that, the house was just covered in some freaking illness that as soon as you move in it, you're gonna die. Like it was insane, right? And so obviously they flipped out. They didn't want it. They didn't want a house with foundation problems, and they left. They backed out of the deal. Now, mind you, when I first moved to San Antonio, I was told this: you have two types of houses here. One that has foundation issues and one that's going to have foundation issues. So the issue here is that they didn't understand that. Now, where's the problem for us is that when your status changes on the MLS from, active to pending and all of this, or active option, and then it goes back on market, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good for the property. And that's what hurts you as an investor, because now you took it off the market, or you're pretty much letting everybody know, hey, there's an interested buyer, we have an offer, all of this. And then you end up putting it back on the market. So now everybody's looking at that house like, what happened? What's the problem with this house? So here's the problem. Real estate agents are here to set expectations for the buyers and the sellers. They speak to their buyers and their sellers, and they're setting expectations on everything that's going on, what the market is, what to expect, and all of this. The problem is, like I said, when you have so many agents chasing such few properties and inventory is even lower, then they don't do any of this kind of work. They don't set the right expectations. They don't do anything. They have a buyer that comes in and says, I want rainbows and unicorns. And instead of the agent saying, you know what, how about we look more towards what the market can actually provide? They're like, rainbows and unicorns? Sure, we can even put dragons in there. You understand? So they're not setting the expectations correctly. So then the buyers, when they go look at these properties, they don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is normal, what is off. They're thinking that they're going to get this, and in reality, they're probably going to get this. And that's a big shock when they're going to these properties. So what's the solution? You, my friend, you.
You talking to me? Well, then who the hell else are you talking? Talking to me?
The investor needs to take the time to educate the agent first. All right? You as the investor need to take the time to speak to the agent when you get that call that there's a listing coming up, or that not a listing but a showing coming up and all this. You need to take that time to call the agent, reach out to them and let them know, hey, this is the house, this is the work that has been done or the work that hasn't been done. Here's the warranties, here's everything, here's what we're looking at. You have to educate them. You got to tell them, you got to let them know. Now, the reason you want to do all this is because you want them to relay that message and you want to set expectations for the buyer. You want to do it for them. So here's an actual real life example on how we did it on another one of our flips and how it worked out so well for us. So very recently, we've been transitioning more into wholesaling houses, and because of the low inventory that we're seeing in San Antonio. Now, if you're not sure what wholesaling houses is or any of that, make sure you check out the related episodes below in the description, or you can click up here if you're watching on YouTube, and you're going to see the wholesaling houses video, and you're also going to see the video on the walkthrough on this project that I'm talking about right now. So you can actually get a full walkthrough of this whole process. In doing this strategy, we went ahead and closed on a house that we bought a house that all we really did was clean up, did some minor things here and there, and nothing crazy. And then we put it right back on the market. So we got offers right away. It was, again, low inventory, very hot market, got offers right away. But what we did different this time was we set expectations. So my business partner, John Barr, you guys know he's a real estate agent. So he's the one that deals with all the agents. He went ahead, spoke to the agent. He told them exactly the situation. He told them, hey, we didn't renovate this house. This house is move-in ready, but we didn't renovate it. All right. You need to understand there's still work to be done and everything, which is why we priced it at the price that we did. So if you're wondering, why the hell are you doing this? Keep in mind that it does not help you if the buyers are going, they're getting excited, and they do what they did to us, right? Where they go, they look at the house, and then it happens, they get the inspection report, and they flip the hell out. Because now they flip out, they get scared, all that, they back away, and you lost your deal. You understand? You lost that, and now your house is back on the market. So why take the time? Because we rather them know exactly what they're getting into and just tell us right now no, so then that way we're not wasting time and we can get some other buyer that is willing to take that on. So that's why this is very crucial. So the agent relays the message to the buyer. Buyer says, okay, they go see the house. Buyer still wants it. Great. So they understand everything. We're good to go. They submit the offer, full price offer. Everything's good. Inspection period time. All right. Let's hold our breath here. Inspection report comes in. Nothing happens. Yes, the inspection report did say, there were issues here and there and all that. But why did nothing happen? Why didn't the buyer freak out? Because we set expectations. All right. So I hope this is making sense to you, and I hope you're understanding the value of this and how important this really is. Buyers and sellers are not real estate professionals. All right. So they tend to over-exaggerate everything that has to do with a home. You're dealing with a seller, nothing is as bad as it seems, right? And if you're working with a buyer, everything is catastrophic, right? Any little thing that they need to do, they think it's going to cost a fortune to get it done because that's not the space they're in. They don't understand how much work everything really takes. So because we told them ahead of time that the house still needed some work, we didn't update it, that's why we priced it this way. The buyers going in, they're seeing this report and they're saying, okay, yeah, I was already expecting this because they told me this. They told me the house needed work. They told me that, all these things were going on, and they told me that, that's why they priced it lower. That's why I'm getting it at this great price because of all this work that needs to get done to it. You get it? Makes sense? Powerful, right? So if you're finding value, make sure you hit that thumbs up. It means so much to us. Bonus tip time. Drum roll, please. So, how do you get real estate agents to bring you deals? To bring you deals that meet your investment criteria, deals in the areas that you are interested in flipping, rehabbing these houses. Very simple. You actually look for real estate agents that work in an area that you are interested in. All right. You have agents that work all over the place. Those are usually your 80% of agents that do 20% of the listings. You want to focus on the agents that they specialize. They have a market. They have a niche that they hit every time. Now you want to reach out to these agents and you want to tell them, look, you want to introduce yourself, maybe take them out to lunch, treat them out a little bit. And then you tell them, look, I'm a real estate investor. I buy the houses myself. I pay cash. I can buy, I can close. If you ever come across a property that needs so much work or that will not qualify for traditional financing, I will not only buy it from you, I will buy that house, but I will also bring it back to you for you to list it when I'm done. So if that makes sense to you, I want you to think through that process. What you're telling an agent is, instead of you selling this house that's not going to qualify for traditional financing, therefore your buyer needs to be a cash buyer, which most likely is going to be a real estate investor, and they're going to lowball, right? They're going to want it to get it at, not lowball, but to get it at the market value, which is a lot less. Why get 3% commission on, let's say, 70 grand when I'm offering you 3% commission on maybe 200 or 220 grand? You understand? Like, it's now you're telling them, you want to make this little bit of profit or do you want to make this bit of profit? You understand? Like, you're telling them they can make a lot more money. So we work with agents all the time doing this day in and day out, because we tell them all the same thing. Hey, the buyer for that property is going to be an investor anyway. You can trust us. We have credibility. You can look us up anywhere you want. We can close, we can deliver, and we can take care of your seller. And what we promise in return is that when we go ahead and finish and renovate the property, you get it back so you can list it and get an actual decent commission for this. Agents love it, and they end up loving to work with you, because you got to understand, they're marketing for properties all the time. And as somebody that's buying properties, you need to be marketing for properties all the time. So these agents, you're just telling them, you want, again, little profit or a big profit, and in that situation, the 70 versus 200, you're doubling their commission. Now, if you are in a more competitive market, maybe you offer them a little marketing fee up front for that deal. You understand? I know you have a lot of regulations with agents and stuff like that, so they may not be able to wholesale it to you, especially if they're representing them as an agent. But there's nothing to say that you can't pay them a marketing fee or something for bringing you a property. Make sure you don't get them into trouble. So try to look into all that, or maybe you just tell them, hey, I'll give you a bigger percentage on the back end, as far as instead of you listing it for 3%, you can list it for 4%. You got to understand the market that you're in and see how competitive it is, and go ahead and offer them the deal that makes the most sense, that's going to bring you the property. Because just think about it, just an extra percent or whatever to the bottom line is not going to make such a drastic difference, but to them it does. And then you get somebody that's always bringing you deals. So try to think to yourself, how can I stand out in this market with everybody else doing this? And how can you be more unique? So if you guys are finding value and you're enjoying this, then check out this video on why it is that you definitely need to get your real estate license in 2021. And we also put a lot more training down here. Go check it out and share it with somebody that you feel that's rehabbing and selling houses. It's going to help them. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.